She cannot stop moving. Frau Troffea's feet strike the cobblestones in a rhythm that owns her body. Not a joyful rhythm, not a voluntary rhythm, but a compulsion that overrides everything else. Her husband has brought her water. She spills it without drinking. He has brought her bread. It falls from her hands. She has been dancing for 3 days. Her feet are bleeding. Her shoes have disintegrated. Her heart pounds against her ribs like a fist, trying to escape her chest, and still she moves, arms flailing, head lolling, legs pumping in a macabre procession down the narrow streets of Strasbourg. It is July 1518. The summer air is thick and hot, and Frau Troffea is not dancing alone anymore. By sunset, 34 of her neighbors have joined her. Within a month, 400 people will be dancing through this city. Dozens will be dead, and nobody will know why. This is Plague Diaries. Every infection has a story, every outbreak, a beginning. And this one begins with a single woman who could not stop moving, and the plague that followed her into the streets. July 1518, Strasbourg, Alsace. The city is teetering on the edge of collapse. Years of famine have emptied grain stores. The Rhine floods have rotted the harvest. Citizens eat bread made from rye that shows a strange black growth. Ergot, they will call it centuries later. But for now, it is simply what they have. Starvation is common. Disease is rampant. Fear is the water everyone swims in. And then, one hot Thursday evening, Frau Troffea steps into the street outside her house, on the cobblestones of what is now the Rue des Tonneliers. She begins to dance, not a celebratory dance, not a folk dance for harvest or wedding. A frantic, uncontrolled convulsion, arms windmilling, feet stomping, hair flying loose. She spins and jerks and leaps with a violence that alarms her husband, her neighbors, the priest who rushes to see what the commotion is. She cannot speak. She cannot stop. She dances past them, through them, into the center of the street where the merchants' carts pass. And there she continues hour after hour after hour. They drag her home at midnight. By dawn, she is dancing again. By day 3, Frau Troffea is famous. 34 citizens have joined her in the streets. They are not friends, they are not family, they are simply people who saw her dancing, felt something shift in their own bodies, and began to move as well. The city authorities are terrified. This looks like possession, like witchcraft, like divine punishment for some collective sin. They consult the physicians. The physicians recommend the only treatment they know: more dancing. The logic is medieval, but internally consistent. The body contains humors, blood, phlegm, black bile, yellow bile. Dance is heat, and heat will burn off the excess humors causing this strange mania. Dance will restore balance. The magistrate issues a proclamation: assemble the musicians, build wooden stages in the public squares, provide food and water for the dancers, let them dance out the demons. They mean well. They are sealing the dancers' fates. Within a week, the stages are full. 150 people are dancing simultaneously in the streets of Strasbourg. The musicians play day and night, pipes, drums, fiddles, desperate to keep the rhythm going, to satisfy whatever hunger drives these citizens. But the dancers are not happy. Their faces show no joy. They writhe and twitch and convulse with expressions of agony, of terror, of a consciousness trapped inside bodies that no longer obey. Some scream for help between spasms, others weep as their feet move. A few collapse and die immediately. Heart failure, strokes, their bodies literally dance to death. The exhausted are dragged from the cobblestones. They rest for minutes, sometimes hours, then rise and begin again. The compulsion always returns. By late July, the numbers have reached 400, an entire church congregation worth of people, dancing themselves to death in the summer heat. The city is paralyzed. Who will harvest the meager crops? Who will tend the sick? Who will bury the dead accumulating in the streets? Strasbourg has become a city of dancers and corpses. What is happening? The physicians of 1518 propose theories that seem absurd to modern ears. An overheated imagination, lunar influences, witchcraft, divine punishment for the city's sins, specifically the sin of allowing people to dance in church, which has recently been forbidden. But modern epidemiologists look back and see other possibilities. Theory 1. Ergotism. The rye eaten by Strasbourg citizens has likely been infected with Claviceps purpurea, a fungus that produces ergot alkaloids. These compounds cause hallucinations, muscle spasms, convulsions. In high doses, they induce psychosis. Ergotism has been documented for centuries. It causes St. Anthony's fire, burning limbs, delirium, gangrene. And it mimics the symptoms of the dancing plague: involuntary movement, dissociation, mass contagion in populations eating from the same grain supply. Theory 2. Mass psychogenic illness, stress-induced collective behavior, traumatic conditions, famine, fear, religious anxiety, combine to produce a shared psychosis. One person's symptoms become contagious through suggestion. The dancers are not faking. They are experiencing real neurological events triggered by psychological pressure. Historians note similar dancing plagues throughout the 14th and 15th centuries, from Germany to Holland to Switzerland, always after periods of extreme deprivation, always in tight-knit communities. Theory 3. The cult of Saint Vitus, a religious explanation hiding in plain sight. Saint Vitus is the patron saint of dancing and protection against dancing plagues. His worship involves ecstatic movement, and his curse involves compulsive dancing as punishment. The dancers of 1518 may have been participating in a dissociative religious experience, a mass ritual of desperation, calling on Vitus to save them from conditions that felt apocalyptic. Or all three theories may be true. The fungus creates the vulnerability. The stress amplifies it. The religious context gives it form. The 1,518 dancers will never know for certain. August 1518. The authorities reverse their strategy. Dancing is no longer encouraged. It is banned, on pain of imprisonment, public humiliation, exclusion from church sacraments. But prohibition does not stop the plague. The dancers continue until they collapse. The death toll rises. By some accounts, 15 people die. By others, as many as 100. Finally, desperate, the magistrate turns to religion. The surviving dancers are loaded onto wagons, some willing, some resisting, and transported to the shrine of St. Vitus in the hills outside the city. They are made to pray. They are given crosses. They are surrounded by votive candles and the relics of the saint who protects against dancing plagues. And somehow, at the shrine, the dancing stops, whether through the placebo of faith, the interruption of the ergot cycle, or simply the exhaustion that finally overwhelms the body. The compulsion ends. The dancers return home weakened, traumatized, but still alive. The plague subsides. But it does not disappear. The dancing plague of 1518 is not unique. Historians identify at least 10 similar outbreaks across Europe, between the 14th and 17th centuries. The victims are always poor, always stressed, always recovering from famine or plague. They always dance to exhaustion and death. They always resist attempts to stop them. The phenomenon fades as agriculture improves, as rye gives way to wheat in European diets, as the Black Death recedes and living conditions stabilize. But the template remains: a population under extreme stress, sharing a common food source, experiencing a collective dissociative event that takes physical form. Modern parallels exist. Mass psychogenic illness still affects factory workers, school children, religious communities. The symptoms change: fainting, headaches, breathing difficulties, but the mechanism is the same. Stress seeks expression. The body provides a language. The dancers of Strasbourg spoke in movement. They danced their terror, their hunger, their desperate need for something, anything, to change. And when it ended, they were left with bleeding feet, broken bodies, and the memory of days they could not control. Some recovered, others died, all were marked. Dancing took her. Frau Troffea survived. She returned to her home, to her husband, to the life she had before thee. But she never explained what happened in the first minutes on that hot July evening. What made her step into the street and begin to move? Whether she heard music no one else heard, felt a compulsion no one else felt, or simply surrendered to a madness that seemed, in that moment, like the only sane response to an insane world. The dancing plague of 1518 ended. The grain improved. The wars continued. Life went on. But for 1 month in Strasbourg, hundreds of people learned what it means to lose control of your own body, to be moved by something you cannot name, cannot stop, cannot understand. They danced until they died, or they danced until they couldn't dance anymore. If you survived this episode, subscribe, because the next one's worse. This has been Plague Diaries.